A lot of you guys are gonna be super stoked that I just did that, but we'll pick that up in 3 days. Been like a week and a half, let's go grab it. That's heavier than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so a while ago I made a video like this one, but I lived like a normal person, and now I live in a van, if you couldn't tell by there being a massive window at the front with some seats. I was able to quit my job through reselling, and I like reselling and I want to continue to do it, but I had to change a lot of stuff that I used to resell because of it. So we're going to go over a bunch of stuff that I just had to buy. Luckily I was able to sell some old reselling stuff, as well as some stuff that I already had, which is in the back of my van. Actually, it might be in the front. I don't remember. I'll have to check. But we're going to go over everything that I plan on using when sending in shipments to Amazon and just reselling in general. Most of the stuff that I used to resell won't change that much, but the form that it needs to take is a little bit different because I have a lot more nuanced needs, specifically electricity wise and space wise. We live in like 85 square feet. Now the first and main part about reselling is just actually buying the items and then storing them before you ship them in. So buying items hasn't really changed that much. I still have just a couple apps. I have Scoutify 2 right here, which is part of Inventory Labs, Scout IQ down here for the Keepa charts. Some people keep telling me to get Keepa. I don't want to get Keepa because I don't need all the features of it. But it costs 19 of those things a month. And I can never remember if those are euros or pounds. I think it's euros. I'm literally parked right now next to Harvard University. I'm in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and I don't know if that's a euro or a pound. That's literally Cambridge Common, and like that building is adjacent to Harvard. Okay, it's a euro. And 19 euros is $22. However, Scout IQ is only $14 a month. But you also can get a free trial, and you can use my link down in the description. But it gives you the most basic Keepa chart for when you're outsourcing, and it saves you like $8 or $12 a month if you're not stupid like me and get the annual plan if you're going to use it for a year. But if you're doing a lot of online arbitrage, which I don't do, especially now that I don't have anywhere that people can send it to me, if you go onto Amazon and you search up something, you can download a Keepa Chrome extension, and like if you're looking up this scale right here, you can scroll down here and you can see the different prices, where Amazon is, where the new price is, where the used price is. And it could even help you buy some stuff for yourself if you want, because if something has a cycle of just dropping in price and then going back up, you can just wait for it to drop in price again and set an alert, and then you can save yourself some money. All that to say, I pay for Scout IQ because it saves me $8 a month on getting a Keepa subscription. And then I no longer do anything on eBay, even though I still have the app for some reason, and then I also have the Amazon seller app over there, which I use in general for all my Amazon stuff, but I try to not use it as much as possible because checking it can be a pain for your mental health. So I try to keep it off my phone, but if I'm outsourcing or something, I do still need it in order to ask to be ungated in some categories if I'm restricted. So that's why I keep it on my phone. Then I use Inventory Lab to send in all of my inventory and to just keep accounting for all my inventory. I use BeCool, which is my Repricer, which is how I'm able to make sure that I get the profits that I want. And I've actually ended up selling less units, but for more profit because I'm waiting for higher profit, because the Repricer is an AI repricer that waits for higher profits. And you could set it up however you like, but it does get you a lot of buy box action. But it is a little pricey, so if you're just getting started on Amazon, I wouldn't get it until you're selling a decent amount of units, because the one that I have is $100 a month, but you can get a free 30-day trial if you use my link down in the description and let them know that I sent you. Otherwise, you'll only get a 14-day free trial for a lesser version of the plan. So if you're looking for a repricer, definitely at least get those 30 days of free repricing in, because you don't even need to give them your credit card. And I use free trials like that all the time, where if I don't think I'm going to stay with it, I'll at least use the free trial for it. Speaking of free trials, that does remind me, there was one more app that I've now started using, which I think I talked about in my last video where I was reselling in Maine, but it's actually the Walmart app, because I do a lot of sourcing at Walmart, and they recently changed everything to where you can't just use this normal scan function to actually get what the Walmart in-store price is. You have to pay for Walmart Plus to do that. There's a free 14-day trial of Walmart Plus on the Walmart app. After I signed up for that, they said take the survey and you get 30 days. So I did that. I'm in that 30-day free trial, and then I'm just going to pay for the annual subscription. It's like $10 a month that way, or $8 a month or something. But if you're sourcing a lot at Walmart, that'll be really, really helpful, because you'll be able to find those hidden clearance items much, much better. But now we're getting into actually having the stuff here, which I do right now. Most of it's actually in the back, in some bins that I'm waiting to send in, but they're just these bins. They're pretty basic bins that you can get at like a Walmart or something. And I think tomorrow or later today, I'm actually going to start shipping that stuff out. So we got to open up all this crap that I bought from Amazon, picked up from Whole Foods because I don't have an address anymore. And I'll show you the stuff that I got, which I'm super, super excited about. This is the second package that I bought, because I realized this was extra stuff that I was going to need. First thing are these. This is something that I've always wanted to have, but I've never bought, and I really should have bought it. I think it'll make everything be way more professional for me, and it'll help me to feel more comfortable sending stuff in that doesn't look 100%, but looks like maybe 90% of the way there in terms of packaging. And I'll try to have links for Amazon for all of this stuff in the description, but my Amazon Associates account has been deleted 3 times now, so I'm hoping it doesn't get deleted again. But this is actually just clear stickers. It feels like they're not actually even there, but I think they are. Let's make sure that they're actually here. Oh yeah, good. So these right here are just clear stickers you could just put on your packages just to give them that little bit more of a clean look. But there's been a lot of like electronics, like Skull Candy stuff that I buy at Ross, where maybe it has like one of these or it doesn't have any of them, and just to throw one on it to make the customer feel that little bit extra secure can help you have either a great customer service score or save you from a bad one. But it just gives me peace of mind, and this was like $8, $5 for it. I don't remember how much it was, but I think it's a good buy. Next thing I'm super stoked about, because I wasn't sure how I was going to do this in the van. Let me show you what my first solution was going to be before I show you what this is. So at first, I was going to use this with some propane, which is how we actually heat our van if it gets too cold, with a little bit of ventilation, of course, and a carbon monoxide monitor, because we want to not die. And I was going to use this to help me get stickers off. If you don't know anything about electricity, it's going to be really technical, but I promise it'll be for like 2 seconds. Electricity in this van has a maximum continuous output of 1280 watts, and our inverter is a 2000 watt inverter, so I needed something under 1200 watts essentially. And most heat guns that you would buy are 1500 watts, and most hair dryers are as well, if not more. So I started looking for a low wattage heat gun, and I found these crafting heat guns here. They were really cheap, and I think it's going to do the job perfectly, because it gets really, really hot, hotter than I'd actually need it to be. And the best part is it's only 300 watts. So that means I can be running this, I can be charging my laptop, I can have all my lights on, and I won't have to worry about crushing my electricity. Let's plug it in and see if it works actually. Got some stuff from TJ Maxx down here. TJ Maxx, Burlington, Ross, those are notoriously like the more difficult stickers to get off. I'll show you what it feels like to try to get the sticker off with nothing. Oh, actually, this is the best. This type of cardboard is the best, but you can hear it coming off, which is not good. You don't want to really be able to hear much, because then it'll leave that little white strip of paper down there. So I have my inverter already on because I'm charging my laptop as well as my camera battery. These lights are on full blast so that I can record video, because if I dim them, see those lines that just came across the screen? That's annoying. So I have to keep them on a full blast, which is lame. Oh, also my refrigerator is running at like extra power. It cycles between high power and low power. But turn this power brick on. We'll turn this on. Please don't kill my inverter. You shouldn't. Oh yeah. Oh, that gets hot so fast. Oh, and it has a little stand. That's perfect. That is way better than the hairdryer I used to use, and it was cheaper. This thing's like 10 bucks. If you're using a hairdryer now, or you want to get a heat gun, you don't need one that has a ton of power, especially because these stickers don't take up a big area. And this thing just got that sticker off like it was nothing. I'm so stoked on this. I'm so stoked that it doesn't need a lot of power, and it still gets smoking hot. Awesome. And the difference between like seeing that little residue on there, now there is like, that residue right there is from me taking it off initially. The rest of it is almost perfectly clean. And then I have some, that's the next thing I'll show you. I guess since we're already there, I'll just show you this. This is my little reselling box. I gotta get like a plastic box because this is not it. But I have some Goo Gone here. Used to get the rest of that off with a little towel. And a Scotty peeler. And that way I won't get my fingers burnt, because that thing is really freaking hot. While we're here, I'll just show you what these things are before we get back to actually unboxing the other thing. But the rest of the stuff that I have in here is these Avery labels, which a lot of people complained about for me in my other videos, and for good reason. And we might be rectifying this today, possibly. And then lots of different sizes of poly bags, which I still need to keep for if I'm doing clothes, or I just bought a lot of like sunscreen and stuff that I want to just double protect, and I'll put probably one of these little stickers on it, put it in a poly bag, make sure it has the expiration date on the outside and all that jazz. But we'll get to that in probably the next video that I'm about to film, because I need to send that into Amazon so I can start making money, because I am making nothing right now. Look at that month. That's so bad. One other thing that I use that I'll let you know just while I'm boxing this back up is a Sharpie, just for if there's multiple different barcodes on a box that I'm like shipping out, then I'll use Sharpie. And then since I was over there already, this is the tape that I use. It's the Duck HD Clear. I have like 4 of them down there, so I'm stocked for a hot minute. And you can find it at Walmart, but on Amazon it's like 10 times cheaper, so buy it off of Amazon. This is what I'm excited for. I bought a bunch of stuff. 1, 2, 3. Keep that in there so you can't see it. Ooh, that's heavy. This is a lot heavy. 5. What is that? Oh, nice. First, we have this. Now, because I live in a van, everything has to be dual purpose. So right now, what I have in order to weigh my coffee in the morning is this scale. The problem is, I press down on this, error in like 12 pounds. But I need a scale that'll get up to 50 pounds and that I can like weigh boxes on, all in the van, so that I know the right shipping charges to do before I go over and take it to UPS. But we also really like our coffee, and so I need something that'll go down to like 50 grams so that I can measure out how much coffee I'm putting in and be very, very accurate. I think this will do the job. I was surprised at the price. It was only like $25, $30. And I think it should be able to take up the same physical footprint that our other scale does. It has this for USB, but it'll also run off of battery. This is because it's a detached display, which is also important because if I'm weighing big boxes, like 50-pound boxes, and the scale is this small, I'm definitely not going to be able to see how heavy it is, and I need to be able to see that. But I want to make sure that this will actually work at the very, very low end. So we'll pull this out, and you know what we do with instructions. Throw them away. Max 110 pounds, which is a little bit more than the 12 pounds on my other one. And because I am such a man of culture, when we make our coffee, we make it in grams. I say I'm a man of culture, even though I didn't know that that was a euro. This thing. 24 grams. So that's pretty good. I'm really happy with that, and that way we can get rid of our other scale, throw this one up there. This kind of feels like Christmas when you're getting all your presents, but then you don't put anything away before you get all your presents done, and then later you have to put it away, but that's okay because you have all your presents. That's how I feel right now. Next, we'll take a look to see what this is, and I don't know why it's opened. Oh! I think we need to open this one first. Prepare to be so happy. As I've been so chastised before, I had a laser printer that I was using those Avery labels on. I just picked up the roller printer. I'm going to make a separate video doing the unboxing of this, as well as setting it up and how to do all of that and integrate it with Inventory Lab. And so that's what most of the other accessories are for, because the main thing is that I don't want to have to give up labeling my items or being able to print labels or pay an astronomical amount to like UPS to do all of that for me, and I want to be able to still do it from my van. And this is the most compact printer that there is that still has a decent quality, but it was a little pricey. So if you want to get one of these, check out my link down in the description and check out the video when it comes out. So this that I got with it was not the Rollo brand. It was actually a cheaper brand because the Rollo brand was double the price, but it's a tray that goes with this to hold all of these guys. That didn't cut it at all. 4x6 labels, so this is what I'll print off the Amazon labels as well as the UPS labels. These are a bunch of little 1x2 inch labels for all of my products. I was between the Rollo and the Dymo, but I got the Rollo because it's a little bit smaller, a little bit faster, and you won't void your warranty by using other labels. And these labels were like a tenth of the price of the Dymo labels. I think each of these is like 500, and there's 12 of them in here. Which, based on how often I would send in shipments, which would be one shipment every 2 weeks, averaging 500 to 800 units, that should last me like 20 weeks, so almost half a year. But back to this guy. Honestly, pretty simple. It's just something that I got so you can put rolls on here, and then they'll feed into the Rollo printer, since it doesn't have one of this itself. A little bit extra money that you have to spend with this printer, but I think it'll be well worth it. Pretty sure this is it for Christmas for me today. I'm excited to get started with the Rollo. I'm super excited to actually get started sending in shipments to Amazon, but I don't think there's anything else that I'm planning on using. All the software and products are here and linked below, but if you want to actually see me send that shipment in, subscribe so you can see that video. Watch me buy a lot of stuff that I'm going to send in this video or this video, and see how much money I made on Amazon without doing any work in this video over the last couple of months. Peace.